Good morning, this is Randy. There's an interesting dynamic going on with my ex-narcissist that, as I look back, I'm seeing this pattern, but I'm quite sure that the pattern is very subconscious in the mind of the narcissist, yet it's materializing, and from an outsider that I am now, I'm looking at it, and I guess it's just interesting, and I'm trying to, predict the purpose and how things are going to play out. So, to explain this dynamic, I need to just kind of rehash a little bit that my narcissist husband is covert, ex-husband is covert, and his narcissistic personality disorder became full-blown when he reached age 40. It was always there, but he was kind of teetering on possibly, rather than becoming full-blown, he could have actually went no contact with his own narcissist mother and gained insight at some point, and kind of maybe gone the other way. So his mother is also a covert narcissist. She's very, she's got high standing in the community. She married a rich man, but yet she has two professions, and she has these two professions, yet she's never had to use these two professions to actually earn money or support herself. So the professions are merely they're her interests and her talents, I guess. And as rich people go, they do value education, and it's like this luxury where you can go to school and become this and go to school and become that, but you never have to actually use those things to earn money. They are more like they become your hobbies, but you can also say, I've got a degree in this, I've got a degree in that. And so without even having to explain or mention what her two professions are, that she has degrees in both. The narcissist, her son, when he chose me, it just so happened, and at that time I just thought it was a coincidence, but it's not a coincidence. But at that time when he chose me, I happen to have one of those professions that his narcissistic mother also had and has. And that could subtly set up a competition, and that's an area where her and I could discuss, and it became quite clear, because she had never even worked in that profession other than her internship to actually finalize the degree. But yet this was her interest, and she thought she knew a lot about it. It eventually became this point of contention, because it was obvious that I had done a lot more in that field, had a lot more experience than she did, although she's, obviously elderly now. and that I was more successful in that field. Okay, so that created a narcissistic injury in her, and her son, my husband, did not hesitate to subtly put that in her face, that I was better than she was, in this regard, and the profession is a big part of my identity. It's not something that, you know, is kind of on the sidelines, but it's pretty primary. And it's also primary in the discussions that occur a lot of times in the narcissist family because of what the field is. So now, after, you know, 16 years and being discarded and all that, and the narcissist now had, you know, found a new girl and married her, it just so happens the new girl that he married has the other profession that his narcissist mother has, the second one she has. And the same thing is happening, where this girl who he's married to now is much more successful in the second profession of his narcissistic mother. She's getting a lot of recognition. She's getting notoriety. She's getting a lot of attention in her profession, and she continues to produce things that, you know, on the surface, you know, and in reality, make it appear that she's better than his narcissist mother in the second profession. And so I just think it's interesting, and I think the narcissist did this subconsciously. I think that it was at first an effort to kind of show his mother, you know, that he admired her profession, so he's chosen this first woman who has the same profession as her, and you guys have something in common. I admire you, Mom, for, you know, doing this. See, I chose someone who also does that. And then later on, as time goes by, it kind of becomes this competition, and it becomes a way for my narcissist husband to pit people against each other, because he's definitely has a love-hate relationship with his narcissist mother. At times he hates her and wants nothing to do with her. At other times he wants to impress her and kiss her butt. So my profession and me was a way to either to come between, you know, to put me between them and kind of use me as a reason for him to kind of go no contact with her when he wanted to. And it was also, I was also used as a tool for them to talk about when he wanted to be more on her side, and trash talk me. And I could also be used as a tool to hurt his narcissistic mother and give her an injury, give her some digs. And now the new person, he is, you know, the same thing. Chose another person that she can identify with, that has something in common with her, but is clearly better at the profession than his narc mother is, causing narcissistic injury to the narc mother. Eventually, at first it's cool because they have this thing in common, but once once it becomes obvious that the young wife is better, more recognized at the same profession, now it's going to become a competition, and the narcissist is starting to subtly rub it in his mother's face, and it's going to start causing drama. And I don't know if he consciously knows what he's doing or not. I really don't think he does. But if we follow along with the next pattern, the next step will be that narcissist's mother will start doing some subtle jabs behind the new wife's back out of jealousy, envy, and competition, and will start behaving, out of having this narcissistic injury, and the new person won't even know what's happening. She won't know what's happening. So I just thought I would talk about that for a minute. I don't know if anyone else has any kind of weird idiosyncratic vision, of this kind of long-term subconscious setting up of a scene over a long period of time, like I've just laid out. But I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to mention it. I hope I explained it well enough, but stay tuned because I'm sure the story's not done. There is more to come. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.